Okay, we're continuing with the book here, Prevent and Reverse Sleep Problems with me, Pete Rogers. We're going to talk about the seesaw between cortisol and melatonin. So what makes you sleepy? Adenosine accumulating through the day. The more you're awake, the more you exercise. Darkness at night, leading to elevated melatonin. And also being mellowed out, in a good mood, if you will, oxytocin. So that makes you sleepy. What makes you wake up? Cortisol being elevated in the morning, blue light, which your brain senses as daytime, time to wake up, psychological stress, elevating cortisol, catecholamines, the stress hormones as well, histamine, that's why antihistamine drugs make you sleepy, okay? So here you're going to see like the yin-yang seesaw relationship between cortisol and melatonin. In the daytime, cortisol is high, especially right when you wake up in the morning. In the daytime, melatonin's low, but at night, melatonin gets elevated. In the daytime, your mitochondria make melatonin, their own melatonin, so they don't need it coming from the pineal gland, and the blood level will be lower. But at night, the pineal gland in the brain makes the melatonin, sends it out into the blood, and it goes to all your cells. And that tells you it's nighttime, so they can do the nighttime functions they need to do. And it's like the yin-yang, I say seesaw, but like the yin and yang. They're complementary duality of daytime and nighttime. Lots of things are like that. Male and female, hot and cold, okay? Melatonin and cortisol. All right. The ancient Greeks had goddesses and gods and goddesses for everything. They're great for metaphors. So Selene was the ancient Greek goddess of the moon, and Helios was the god of the sun. And I love all that ancient Greek stuff. And the great thing about Catholicism, it incorporates all of it. Okay, a couple of words on sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation is really bad for you. It raises the same hormones as psychological stress, which means catecholamines, that's adrenaline and noradrenaline, adrenaline, noradrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and cortisol. So those are the stress hormones. They crank up your blood pressure, crank up your heart rate. They make it so you can't sleep because they block the adenosine receptors, okay? People who work the night shift and are sleep deprived have increased risk of health problems, including cancer. It's your immune system that removes cancers from the body, so you don't want to be immune suppressed. You want to try to get your sleep. If you're sleep deprived, you got more daytime sleepiness, you're more likely to fall asleep at work, you're more likely to fall asleep in your car driving and crash your car. Your tired appearance is less physically attractive. People are attracted to energetic people, not to sleepy people. You'll have more difficulty with impulse control, potentially saying or doing things you regret, difficulty controlling your anger. Worsened mood makes it harder for you to get along with people, okay? You're more prone to car accidents, overeating and obesity, because leptin is changed, and so the stop eating hormone is not as effective, so you're going to eat more. It's decreased when you're sleep deprived, tend to overeat, tend to become more hypertense. I used to know a lot of surgeons that were real fat because they're sleep deprived and stressed out. High blood glucose, insulin resistance, you're prone to diabetes. It's all bad. Psychological stress, sleep deprivation, caffeine, they all increase insulin resistance and increase risk of diabetes. So you live less, shorter lifespan, you're more anxious, depressed, higher risk of suicide, prolonged hospital stay in ICU. Yeah, patients need to sleep to heal. We've also talked about patients being on the sunny side of the hospital. They get better about 27% faster, go home sooner. It lowers your testosterone levels, your testicles shrink, decreased sperm counts, decreased fertility in men, decreased libido, increased impotence, decreased fertility in women, decreased muscular strength. You especially want to get your deep sleep if you're an athlete, because that's when you growth hormone. That's the first half of the night. So the biggest advice for athletes is go to bed early, because you'll get more of early night sleep, and you'll produce more growth hormone. You'll be physically stronger. And you could test it if you're looking for your personal maximum, lifting weights and something. Take a nap first. You'll be surprised how much stronger you get. What about shift workers? Shift workers have terrible diseases, okay? I can remember these nurses telling me about their friends who worked the night shift. They got cancer. Breast cancer risk increased 50% in night shift workers. I remember them getting melanomas and other things pretty bad. In comparison to countries with electric light and countries with no electric light, the risk of breast cancer has increased fivefold, 500% in places where they have electric lighting compared to the ones that don't. And that's magnified even more if they work night shift. So what does melatonin do? It's made at night in the pineal gland. It's amphiphilic. It can cross membranes, go into cells, go into their mitochondria. Once it gets there, it does a lot of good things. It's a strong antioxidant. It improves neurogenesis in the brain for producing new brain cells. Lowers the viscosity of the water around ATP synthase so you can make more ATP faster, meaning that it goes from the gel phase to the liquid phase. That's the 4 phases of water. We talked about that before. Helps prevent cellular apoptosis, and it improves what's called quality control in mitochondria, mitophagy, getting rid of the good ones, getting rid of the bad ones, keeping the good mitochondria. Okay, a couple words on sunlight. Well, actually, we'll talk about sunlight next time. I'm going to go into a whole bunch of stuff about sunlight and what are the benefits and the problems with it. So I hope you found that helpful.